Welcome to Season 6 of the Stories in the Cemetery podcast. This season, we're shaking things up a bit with deeper questions into the paranormal. And to do that, your host, Nicholas McGirr, has invited the owner of Amen Paranormal Research, Joshua Amen, to be his co-host. To learn more about their studies and articles, visit storiesinthecemetery.com, or you can check out the Paranormal Investigation Workbook or the Paranormal Investigator's Almanac, both available on Amazon. Stories in the Cemetery takes you ghost hunting in Charleston, South Carolina, and reveals his findings from those investigations here on the Stories in the Cemetery podcast. Let's get into today's episode with Nick and Josh.
Are you planning your paranormal investigations? Or are you just taking a date when your whole team is available? Now you can plan your investigations based on the conditions of your environment. Introducing the Paranormal Investigator's Almanac. It's just like a farmer's almanac, but for us, ghost hunters. Stories in the Cemetery has designed a system to score paranormal investigations, telling us how haunted an investigation is, and now you have that information available at your fingertips with the Paranormal Investigator's Almanac. With 375 investigations listed, you'll have the moon phase and percentages, temperature, number of devices used, and so much more for you to look up the best time to go ghost hunting. Never before have you had so much data before you started investigating. Our S6E scoring system is available for you to use after your investigation in our annual Paranormal Investigation Workbook. Don't just go ghost hunting, go paranormal researching to expand your knowledge of your hauntings. Both of these tools are available on Amazon, so before you spend cash on yet another REM pod, pick up the tools you need to enhance your investigations before and after.
This software is a lot easier to use.
That's
All
true.
right, everybody. Welcome to episode 74. Holy shit, Josh. 74.
Now we're getting up there.
Thanks for
Yeah,
listening
like
to
the year's
this
almost
episode
up.
of the
Like, this should be
Stories in the
launching
Cemetery
right around
podcast.
Thanksgiving, so
You
happy
can follow
Turkey Day,
your
everybody.
host,
Hopefully,
Nicholas
back
McGirr,
and,
on
watch
most
some
social
football or
media
whatever holidays
platforms
you do
under
on
the name
Thanksgiving.
Stories
There
in
you
the
go.
Cemetery.
Like,
If you'd like
I
to
don't
follow
do
co-host
football or
Joshua
any
Amen,
of that shit.
you'll find him under
I
the
gotta
name
stop with
Amen
that.
Paranormal Research.
Dad bar did.
Be sure
Dad
to
bar
check
did
out the
too
show
hard,
notes
now
for
I'm
any
working
links
out
to
trying to make
specific
sure it
articles
stops.
written by your hosts
Well,
and all the
I
references
think,
used
once
to
you get some
create
other
this
things in
episode.
motion, like, that might actually
Happy
change for you.
hunting. We'll see
So,
you on the next episode of the Stories in the
so,
Cemetery
I guess show notes.
podcast.
I don't have anything in front of me because I don't want to say, folks, that we're ill-prepared. This is the first episode Josh and I have recorded since he actually had a baby.
Yeah,
So, congrats. So, how old is the kid now?
3 months old.
Holy cow, has it been that long since we recorded an episode?
Yeah. He's
Wow.
3 months old. We've done
That's
some of the secret society recordings. We've done
Yeah.
watch parties, but this is the first like real podcast streamline episode we've done in months.
And yeah, this is kind of weird because I think this will be the first episode that launches since we've been on the new recording software. So this
shit.
should be very interesting. Yeah. So like our names are going to be up there, and I don't know if you can see yours, but it does say Deputy
Yeah.
Bunker. I know, right? And in case anybody's wondering where he got the name from, I actually named him the Deputy Debunker based off of my my little ghosty guy. So I put him on my coffee mug, and we can show the video now, Josh. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just randomly change my name every time we're on here, just to something
I think
random.
that would be super fun. That's what I wanted to do with the Secret Society episodes.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be something that we gotta come up with something new. Maybe I'll just name you after one of each of the ghosts from our T Public shop. Like you could
There
be
you go.
Baby Hallow one night. So I guess that merges us right into the T Public shop. Tees and merch. Josh, take a guess. How many?
I know you're
are we
over.
up to?
I know we're over 100. We gotta be over
We are.
100. What are we at?
We
Like
are at
105?
102.
Oh,
102. 102.
There you
Just
go.
made 2 more last night. The ones I sent you this morning. So
yeah, I saw that.
102.
Perfect.
So all of the tees and merch, and actually George, what the hell? I was thinking about the shorts that T Public is
Uh-huh.
now put up there instead of just tees and hats, and was about to say your name, and it came out as George. Short and Josh came out as short. I can't even do it now. Anyway, so now they got like shorts up there, tees, hats, stickers, buttons, all of the things. I've got even stickers all over my water bottle, so that's one of the
Nice.
designs. So that's Ivy Virus. I love that we have video now. Evie Hallow,
Yeah.
and then of course one of my favorites. I love Dr. Nightshade. So yeah, I got some sticks all over my water bottle. They work out great. So I guess we really should just really dive into the Patreon bit. So Josh, I'm going to let you tell folks about our Patreon, and we'll wrap that up as show notes and kind of let that go.
So Patreon has multiple levels at this point. We also have the Secret Society level. So I'm going to just tell everybody about the basic level and then the level that I would recommend. So it's $5, $10, and $15 levels. The basic level gets you the podcast. You get the Secret Society podcast, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's no any extras, add-ons, anything like that. It's just the extra podcast. If you are Secret Society level, which is only an extra $10 on that, then you're looking at being able to communicate directly with us because you get to join a conversation, like community chat, directly with me and Nick. So you get to be part of that SITSE Secret Society. On that tier, you get to have the basic or the podcast, like the basic package. You get to make suggestions on things that we do for the podcast and other stuff like that. We also send out some merch. So like, there's just a whole bunch of extra that goes into that on top of what you'd get just for the basic $5. So, and that's just monthly, guys. So it's not like this huge subscription or huge thing. And we're obviously looking at more stuff we'll be able to throw in as extras. We got some really cool pictures, investigations, extra stuff that actually relates to some of the podcast episodes that'll be going up into that extra top tier. So,
yeah, I think that'll be really cool to actually have like some of the evidence and extra things that we have found.
yeah.
Resources, pictures, like you said, available for those, more higher levels of the Secret Society Patreon that we have going on. And the podcast, in case you're wondering, it will be monthly. So there'll be one episode per month. And we're going to relate the secret societies that we're studying and to the paranormal. So this isn't like we're just going off into, late to the round table and shit. Like we're trying to figure out what's going on of what these secret societies and how they can relate to the paranormal, or how we can use some of what their knowledge is and their study methods are into the paranormal. So it's definitely up your alley if you follow this podcast. It's a deeper level other than topics like this one of just fucking Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, one of the secret societies we're talking about actually operated somewhere nearby me, and I've investigated the locations around where they did some of their, not even sure what to call it, some of their traditions, I guess.
Rituals.
Rituals,
It just
yeah.
depends on the group that you're speaking of what they call them.
Yeah, so I mean, that top tier secret society level, I mean, it really gets you some cool shit.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm actually really looking forward to that. That's going to start in 2026. So, again, make sure you are, and we're going to be talking about this all through the 2026 season of the regular Stories in the Cemetery podcast, which, by the way, is going weekly for 2026. So we're pretty excited about that instead of bi-weekly. Of course, the watch parties and things like that. I mean, Josh, who knows? Maybe we'll put the watch parties in one of the tiers of the on the Patreon, so that way it's exclusive. Maybe one or two of those, just so that there's extras in there for make it worthwhile for these folks.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got plenty of more ideas with the watch parties on how to deal with that, but we've got so much like cool shit happening right now. We're still waiting for paranormal teams to send us in their videos as well. We've gotten a few inquiries, but if you're a paranormal team and you want us to put your investigation through the SITSE scoring system, just send it over to storiesinthecemetery@gmail.com, and we will watch through and do a watch party episode. We will post it to YouTube. We will put you in the almanac at the end of the or for next year. Like you guys get to, basically get like a free score. And this is something we're doing for all the TV shows, and we're really going to be messing around with quite a few of them. So we got a few real interesting ones coming.
Yeah. Well, so far, and just so the listeners know, through the watch parties, you can get those on YouTube. I posted a couple through the podcast, but nobody as of yet, as of this recording, has reached above a below average score according to the SITC scoring system, and we've done 3 so far. So
Yeah.
if you go back and watch the first 3, you'll see the way we were able to do that. Because yes, I'm even counting the Sam and Colby episode where literally nothing fucking happened. They got the big fat goose egg of 0. So yeah, I'm definitely counting that as part of
bad.
It was bad. It was really bad. But anyway, folks, let's get into I guess today's show for this particular week. And again, happy Thanksgiving. But we are going to just kind of have some fun with this. We're going to be discussing Scooby Doo and like how that actually might relate to the paranormal and the way we investigate today. So I had all kinds of dumbass sound effects saved for this episode. If you've listened to the podcast, I'm not going to do sound effects just because an arch nemesis stumbles over sound effects, and I'm just not going to do it. So if this person, if this other podcast listens into this one, they know exactly who the hell they are. But yeah, you need to fix your shit, and we're not going to follow suit with that. So, Josh, Scooby Doo, what do you think?
Scooby Doo, originally made 1969, and originally he designed all of the characters to be like the comics from Archie. So they were supposed to basically be Archie and his gang, and they were originally going to be called the Mystery Five, and the dog was supposed to be a sheepdog. So they ended up changing everything to what we know as Scooby Doo because they were afraid that it was too similar. And this was right after they got a bunch of their shows canceled by a parent group. So some of our listeners will know, like Space Ghost, some of the normal Hanna-Barbera, like old school cartoons. These were all canceled by parenting groups, and Scooby Doo was their way of getting back into Saturday cartoons.
Look at that.
Yeah. So they still have series for Scooby Doo running today. Not the same old school one, because it only actually lasted a few years and was canceled. Right. But there's been reincarnations of Scooby Doo, over and over and over again till present day. I think the newest one is running from 2019 to present.
There was one that I remember that my daughter London was watching, and I kind of got into it. Like there was a storyline from episode to episode. It wasn't like the shorts, as we would call them now, that were only 15 to 20 minutes long. It was kind of like, oh, what's going on with the drama of, Daphne and Fred? Like, what's the animosity going on there? And you had to wait for the next episode to watch it be resolved. Like, they did a really good job of doing that. And I want to say, like, that was in the mid-2010s that they were doing that.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I'm trying to find the name of it, because there's just so many fucking movies. Like, there's just movie after movie after movie. But there's even Lego Scooby Doo movies. Like,
really?
Yeah, there's even Lego Scooby Doo movies that they did in 2015.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and they continued. So I mean, there's one in 2017 here. There's other reincarnations that were just Daphne and Velma. There's a show that was just called Velma. There was the Scooby Doo reincarnation where it was Scooby, Shaggy, Daphne, and Scrappy.
Yeah, it's not forget old Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been a shit ton of different like reincarnations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they even crossed him over with Crypto at one point, Superman's dog.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, wasn't
there a Captain Caveman that was also like, weren't they? Because I was a Hanna-Barbera too.
Yeah.
I think there was a Captain Caveman.
They do reference.
Where they crisscross.
Yeah, they do reference it.
Interesting.
So, Yeah, but
Well,
it's
there was all kinds of
incredible.
special guests on theirs too. I mean, there was the
Oh,
Harlem Globetrotters were on there.
yeah.
I think I actually still have a VHS like clamshell movie I got for London where it was the WWE superstars go on an investigation with Scooby Doo. Like they
Hmm.
really tried to incorporate mainstream media to
Oh
try to
yeah.
keep it alive through the years, and
Oh
you
yeah.
have to give them some kind of kudos for that. I mean, there's not many cartoons that will do that unless it's a parody of the show. This wasn't that. Was like, hey, they're a special guest, kind of like the cameo on a regular TV show.
Yeah. And they did like they've got cryptid episodes. They have Scooby Doo and Loch Ness. I think the series you're talking about that your daughter watched is called Chill Out Scooby Doo, and it was a newer reincarnation from 2007.
That might be it.
So, but there was What's New Scooby Doo. There was a whole bunch of different ones that have come out that are new series. A Pup Named Scooby Doo was another one where they did all the kids as like they did them all as kids, so not teenagers,
Like
but as
little kids.
actual little kids.
Nice. So when I was going through and like finding like the connections to ghost hunting from Scooby Doo, I mean, let's
Hmm.
all. I'm just going to put this blanket statement out there. I mean, the one thing anybody should be learning as a paranormal investigator from watching Scooby Doo, not only is it fun, and it gives you a really classic, artist read that we don't really find in today's cartoons, but it's really the message at the end, and it's the biggest monster is always human. And it's they rip off the mask, and it's always Mr. Smithers or whoever the fuck it was.
Hmm.
Like what was one of the common names that they used? I can't even remember. You think I would have
Ah.
watched more episodes of this?
I don't even remember, man. There's so many like
Yeah.
Mr. I think like Wilson or something like it's Mr. Wilson.
So yeah, and it's them pesky kids. Would have got
And your
away with it
dog.
too. Right, right. But the whole point is for them it was never it's truly a demon, because I think there was actually a few episodes or even movies that actually had the word demon in the title.
Yeah, or they used
It was never.
real monsters. Like it wasn't a like the Zombie Island movie. It was
Right,
actual
right,
zombies.
right.
Loch Ness movie. It's actually Nessie, but they didn't start using any kind of like real monsters at all until like the 2000s. So all through like the 30 years, prior to all that, it was all like humans. Like there was no real monsters in any episode.
I bet you if we really studied it hard and watched all of the original Scooby Doo, like the first couple of seasons, because there's not many episodes, and then we
No, it's
go back
not.
and watch a show like Supernatural, like their first season, I guarantee you there's going to be hundreds of similarities between the two of them. And it's only because, I mean, Scooby Doo worked. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
caught on to the tropes and the cliches, and, the public just sucked it in. They loved it. Obviously it stuck around for this amount of time. So, um, but what I was getting to was I found the psychology of cartoons,
Hmm.
and I found this like super interesting because what they did was they gave a diagnosis to
Yeah.
each of the Scooby characters, like of the mystery gang.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run through them real quick, and we could talk about them in between. That's fine. But I mean, Fred Jones diagnosis: classic narcissism. Like, really? That's what we're starting off with? Like, good lord. And the one line in the first paragraph. I mean, there's paragraphs to explain this. It said, "Hell, the dude wears an ascot to solve mysteries. You can't get any more vain than that." So, I mean, I just found it hysterical as I was reading through these. And folks, we actually did the research for this months ago.
Yeah.
So if Josh and I seem a little aloof with some of like the going back and forth with what we found, and again, we're not even sure this is going to be a full hour episode. It probably won't be, but we just wanted something fun in between. You're going through the holidays, and you're probably stressing out of where you got to travel and dealing with family and all of that stuff. Not to mention the world is just stupid right now. We're
Yeah.
the place where you get away from politics and the news and that kind of shit. So we're hoping we're bringing you a little bit of laughter with this episode. Um, this one's funny. Daphne, her diagnosis was dependent personality disorder.
Like princess disorder.
Right, right. She always needs to be rescued from said kidnappings, and it's usually
Mhm.
Fred there to her rescue.
Which is
Uh,
funny because it didn't really happen like that in the first few episodes. Like the
yeah,
first few episodes, that wasn't a thing. Like they evolved into these characters as the seasons progressed.
very, very true. Velma Dinkley. Her diagnosis? Obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Which, that one just makes sense. Like, I'm good with that. Here's a fun fact. What's Shaggy's real name?
Oh, crap! I knew this. I can't think of it. It was something like super, super like white nerd.
Yeah. Norville.
That's it, Norville.
Norville Shaggy Rogers.
Yeah, he uses his middle name.
Another fun fact about him, Casey Kasem was his voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was an old radio host back in the day for all of our youngsters out there that don't know who the hell Casey Kasem is. And I believe, I could be mistaken, didn't Casey Kasem just pass away?
I want to say his name has come up very recently.
Yeah, I want to say he's passed away. His diagnosis, as far as Shaggy, cowardly pothead with hints of paranoia. Don't those two kind of go like hand in head? Like that isn't that the way that's supposed to work? You're supposed to be paranoid when you're a pothead?
Yeah, it does go hand in hand. Oh, he passed 2014.
Yeah, I knew it was. I thought he was gone. I just didn't remember how long ago.
Yeah, just over 10 years.
Scooby Doo. They gave him a diagnosis. Dissociative identity disorder.
He's a talking dog who pretends to be a person.
Scooby thinks he's people.
Yeah.
Not only does he walk upright and eat the same kind of strange concoctions that Shaggy consumes, but he talks. So, yeah, when I came across this, I found it to be funny. I was like, wow, this would really be a great article just to kind of just go back and forth with as far as, you know, what they actually did here. And I thought it was funny because there's always, like, the psychology of whatever show.
Yeah.
You can find those books all over, and they did one online about Scooby Doo. So I thought that was, like, super fun. But there was, back in the day, I mean, let's go back to the pothead situation here. You know, just in that era alone, you know, not the original set, you know, seasons, but there was a lot of drug affiliations with some of these cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
In one of them that sticks out in my brain, and this is from my childhood, this is long before your day, but it was the Smurfs. So I don't know if you ever watched the
psychedelics.
Smurfs. Right. So it's obviously that they live in mushrooms. Gargamel can only see them when he trips and falls. So there was all kinds of weird affiliations, you know, with this, and I just find it rather ironic that it got past the censors that way. That they wouldn't pick up on it, especially as picky as our censors are today about stuff like this.
It was everything. Alice in Wonderland was an acid trip.
Right.
So, I mean, there's so much. There's cartoons from my childhood that got canceled. Ren and Stimpy. They had naked cartoon ladies on the screen. Like, those were just vulgar. They just had horrible things. Rocco's Modern Life. Do you know what Rocco's job was?
No, what was it?
He was a phone sex operator.
Really?
Yeah, every time they showed him working, people were asking him things. He's like, and he would say, "Oh, well, I'm wearing a blue, you know, shirt with." He was describing like what he was wearing, and like there's a lot of verbiage in it that you go back and look at. Like that's what he did. That was his job. Like there was some real like sketchy crap they shoved into cartoons.
Wasn't there something about Cat Dog? Like it was unchristian because they were combining animals or something.
Something like
that.
To
get that canceled. I mean, I remember that controversy.
That's everything
that was going on.
Yeah, that's everything. I mean, what was it? The church tried to get rid of Pokemon. You know, because they said, "Oh, it's so unchristian. It's evil. The devil, you know, is in Pokemon." The devil's work. But I mean, there was episodes of Pokemon where they literally referenced things from the Bible. They talked about in the Bible. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, there was
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, there was so much crap about it. So there's something in everything. I guess
like with the Scooby Doo piece, I mean, it was apparent and very, very obvious that Shaggy was a pothead. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, they've had episodes where there was cloudy, like it was smoky, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're cooking hot dogs or some shit," you
yeah,
know? Like
yeah,
they
they're
made
always coming up with something.
reference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, just the paranoia, the munchies all the time. I mean, the crazy amount of food that he ate, and he was the
Hmm.
skinniest person out of the whole bunch. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
it was wild.
Yeah,
So, did you
they screwed
ever?
with that too. They made him a vegan in later series.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Wow, your research went way deeper than mine on this.
Well, a lot of that goes with the fact that I watched it all.
So, did you ever watch the like live action movies, the ones with was that Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
Where he played Fred? What are your thoughts on those?
Uh, I, they're fun. They're kind of like the bad acting, you know?
Yeah,
But but they were fun, you know, and like Scrappy being the villain, like that was funny.
yeah.
Um,
Well, the
yeah.
dude who played Shaggy, though, I believe he was what was his name? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll look it up. But he was the guy
Ah,
who played in 13 Ghosts.
yes, and he's been in a lot of horror movies. So he was
Scream.
in Scream.
Yep.
He's actually Face of Halloween this year, which by this point is over.
Oh
By the
yeah.
time this episode goes out, he's one of the people you get to go and meet and go ghost hunting with if you win.
I did see that.
So it's like Kane Hodder, um, God, what's her name from Halloween? All the Halloween movies, and him.
That is Matthew Lillard.
Yes, yes. So I was really surprised. Like they changed it from Face of Horror to Face of Halloween, and it there's so much more going on this year. Like now it's 3 celebrities from the horror community.
Yeah, London actually put her nomination in there, so I've been voting for her every day. I don't know
Okay.
where she fell. I know we were voting for you last year.
Yes, and
Trying to get you up there.
I found out like I had some people reach out. They were like, "We can help you win. Like you just pay us, and we figure it out." Like the amount of money I win, like compared to what I'd pay you to get there, is
Yeah,
doesn't add
not
up
worth
to
it.
me. But they gave me some information that basically shows like when you get up to those last few tiers, which I barely made it to, I think like top 15 or something,
Okay.
and like I got cut out, before we got any farther because they're like at the last few tiers, you need like 250 votes a day to be able
My
to
God.
hit first place. Like
Wow,
you need
that's
a
nuts.
lot of people voting for you.
No, that's a
So
lot.
you can buy votes and everything else. Like I remember we put some money into it last year. My girlfriend did it and bought me some votes here and there, and it wasn't enough.
Well, I guess back to our Scooby Doo.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought the movies were fun, and I thought Matthew Lillard played an excellent Shaggy. I mean, he had the voice down, he had the facial
Oh yeah.
expressions down. He's got that crazy lanky walk like Beetle Bailey, if you remember who that was. Do you know who Beetle Bailey is?
No idea.
Wow. So back in the day, we had things called newspapers, and in the newspapers, we had the funnies, and Beetle Bailey was one of the funnies. But he had such that slouched look and the lanky arms. You can see him moving as you were reading the comic strip, and you just pictured what Beetle Bailey walked like because he was real lanky like, and that's the way Shaggy walks.
Yeah.
So, and most of those funnies, like you only got colored funnies on Sundays. So for those of you that are laughing your asses off right now, you can see the age gap between Josh and I. And I have to explain to him the funnies. So that's actually where my love of cartoons actually came from. Like I'm a huge Garfield fan and Calvin and Hobbes. Like I actually have the volumes of Calvin and Hobbes in my collection. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Calvin and Hobbes. But anyway, back to Scooby. I did like the fact that they threw Scrappy on there. I thought that the characters that they chose, the actors to play the characters, I think they did really well with that.
Yeah,
And I
they
think
fit.
it was the young lady that played Velma. She's in a lot of the movies that April and I watch.
Yeah.
So she was very familiar. I don't know if you've ever seen Daddy's Home with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, no, she's very versatile. Like,
Yeah, she does a lot. Like when like I had to point out to April like who that was.
yeah, no, you barely
So
notice her half the time, and she's in a lot of
right,
different things. Like, unfortunately, Willard, like, he's screwed. I see him and I'm like, it's Shaggy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he,
every time.
he can't change enough to get away. But Velma's role, like, she was able to do all, like, I don't know, it's just so crazy how versatile she is in her act.
And actually, one of the best parts that she ever played, not best movies, but the best parts is Grandma's Boy. If you're familiar with that, um, hysterical movie. It's about a bunch of video game producers, and it's hysterical. Like one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. So you need to look into that. But anyway, she played a role in that, but just transitioned into that type of role of what she did there. She wasn't the mom. She wasn't Velma. You know what I mean? Like, because she's the
Right,
mom in Daddy's home.
right.
So, but yeah, you're right. She is very, very versatile. But as far as Scooby goes, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of girth to this episode, folks. So, I mean, this is really us just having fun and remembering and reminiscing about the different types of Scooby Doo that has come out. But
Yeah,
it is an inspiration to becoming a ghost hunter, because without the stories that these people told,
the
through the
mysteries.
cartoons, yeah, the mysteries and trying to solve shit, like we wouldn't probably have ghost hunting in the mainstream media that we do today. Otherwise, it'd be Hans Holzer's version of you need to have a psychic medium and a tape recorder. That kind of thing is what we would know today. But take him and add Scooby Doo into the mix. Now we have something that we can kind of go off of. So your childhood, no matter what decade or generation you are, Scooby Doo has influenced your love for ghost hunting. You just didn't even know it. You just have to look outside the box and say, "Oh, that's why my parents left me in front of the TV all the time, because I was watching Scooby Doo and the Smurfs, and that's why I have bad habits today." So
Yeah, right. I honestly, like, I told you the first, like, I went back and I rewatched the original Scooby Doo's, and the first things I noted in relation to ghost hunting made me sit there and go, huh, this is why we have all of these people with these bad habits. The very first episode of Scooby Doo, they pull up and they're like, well, this is suspicious. We're going to break in. And I'm like, what? And and you got Fred, yeah, I'm in charge. So he tells Scooby and Shaggy to go break in. So they climb up this building, go and break in through a window, literally break the window, get in there, end up breaking a bunch of shit because they fall over things in the dark and whatever, and they open the door and they investigate. And so I'm like, okay, so now we've got breaking and entering, property
yep,
damage, and then the cops show up and they're like, well, thanks, kids. I'm so glad you found this guy, doing this stuff and faking items in the museum. It's like, did you not notice the fact that they're not supposed to be there? Like, they're kids, so they're teenagers, which means they're out past curfew on top of this. So I'm like, you've got a group of teenagers out past curfew that broke into a museum, broke shit while they were there, but it's all great job because you got the bad guy?
yeah. And they went past the "Beware, enter at your own risk" sign,
Yeah,
because damn well if they went into a forest or drove through it, in
yeah.
that side-scrolling animation style. So for those of you that remember the original, oh, and don't forget, like when they broke in the window and fell to the floor, the camera shook. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like they made the camera shake because they didn't
Yeah,
want to change the side-scrolling animation, slide. So they just shook the camera to make it look like they fell and made an impact.
yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. They drove through a forest. They found the beware sign. They broke into the old museum, and it was a clown head that they had to pull off the bad guy. And then all of a sudden, the cops show up and say, "Good job, kids." And
Yeah.
thank God you guys were here with your flashlight.
So I'm like, this is why we have so many urbex, like, ghost
Yep,
hunting groups that break
for
into
sure.
places. And, like, I saw it the other day. Like, this group posted, and they're like, oh, well, we got into this location, and then the cops showed up. And it's like, why'd the cops show up? Because you're not supposed to be there.
Right, you're not supposed to be there.
And
Somebody
it's
call the
like, but
cops.
yeah, and it's like we all started doing it because we were like, oh well, we can just get in there. We were influenced by Scooby Doo to break into places to go ghost hunting.
You know what I wish people were influenced by with this show? Debunking.
Yes.
Because they never truly found a ghost. They never found the demon. They never found the whatever. I want to say I read on one of these articles that there was only one episode where it actually turned out to be a ghost. So,
Yeah.
so if we learn anything from Scooby Doo, folks, it's how to use your flashlight to debunk shit. Make sure you eat a big long sandwich in between breaks, and have your dog follow you around. He'll start talking to you once you make the investigation fun, quote unquote.
Mhm.
And then use your flashlight to find that it's truly a trap door, and you can find the guy with the mask on. So that's what I hope we really should have taken away from anything Scooby Doo is how to debunk shit, not how to break in, not how to get a really multicolored van that's kind of creepy and drive around in the darkened forest looking for beware signs, but
Mhm.
how to go into your investigations and ask a lot of questions. And everybody there actually had their own little talent. I mean, obviously Velma was the brains.
Right.
You have Fred as a leader. Daphne as I don't know what Daphne contributed. I
Danger
mean,
prone.
yeah, I mean, again, the damsel in distress kind of bullshit. Um, but I mean, even Shaggy would just get himself into places that nobody else is willing to go. You need a guy like that on your team.
Yeah.
Like I'll go down that dark hallway. I'm good. You know.
Yeah.
So
They just
again,
give him a snack.
yeah, that's what he thought he was doing.
Yeah.
But he always turned out to stumble across something else new about the investigation that
Mhm.
actually helped Fred and Velma put it all together. So, I mean, the diversity of the team is good as far as the talents go of what they brought to the team. But at the end of it, they had to work together to debunk that it wasn't truly a ghost or a phantom or whatever else they were coming up with, in the
Yeah.
title of each one to make sure people were watching. So the marketing tactic was there to get you to watch it. Demon, phantom,
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
it,
No,
it
they
was always
definitely
something
did.
but at the end of the day, they didn't find anything, folks. They just went into some cool spaces and we were entertained. So, learn anything? Learn how to debunk with a flashlight.
Yeah. And honestly, that's like the big part about it that like they never went in and were like, it's going to be a monster, it's going to be a ghost. They always were like, this is suspicious, this is a clue, this doesn't make sense. Like there was a lot of questions being asked,
Right?
and that is definitely something that did not translate. You know,
Yeah.
like it did not turn into what people do when they go out and ghost hunt and investigate. There
Not
wasn't
at all.
the calm mentality. Everybody's the Scooby and Shaggy. They're all running.
Right.
You know, it's like there was never.
Real.
Yeah, yeah. So it's funny, to really think about. Scooby basically taught us to break laws and go ghost hunting. And, we just kind of skipped all the other parts that were a little bit more important.
Yeah, we took what appealed to us. So,
Yeah.
I would say, with all of that, we knew this wasn't going to be a full hour episode, folks.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, we can wrap this one up. So, take your lessons, have some fun by watching some Scooby Doo, and go watch some of the old Scooby movies. They're a lot of fun.
I love them.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a fan, and again, I'm not always a fan of the cheese that is out there with stuff, but there are certain things that I love to watch. Every October, I still watch all the Halloween Town movies. I love them.
Yes.
Like,
This is why we're friends.
Yeah, I know, right? I used to watch those with my kids growing up, and I loved them. So I mean, I still watch them every year during October. So they're just super fun to watch. Little Marnie. Growing up, going to college, and all that stuff.
I went to school with a little sister.
Of course you did, living out there in LA.
It's funny because she actually stopped acting.
Yeah,
like
I think
that's
I read
why
that
she wasn't in. That's why she wasn't in the later movies. She didn't want to act. She just didn't want to do it. But she was, the little girl went to school or high school with me.
Interesting. Well, folks, that's about it. Hopefully you're having yourself a great holiday this week. We got a lot of stuff coming your way, so make sure you are subscribed on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you're leaving reviews, you can always leave comments on these Spotify episodes, individual. And make sure, of course, you are streaming. If you're using Spotify, use the streaming mode and not the download mode. It actually helps push us through the algorithm. But keep leaving those reviews. They're helping us get up there in rankings. Greatly appreciate all of what you've done so far. We can't wait to see what you guys are going to want out of the Patreon. Of course, we're building it, but it will be customized to, the general population of what you guys want out of it. Every year, we're going to do a new topic. Obviously, we talked about the secret societies coming up for 2026. We're super excited about that. But again, Josh, what do you want to do to close out Scooby Doo?
Just a little bit more about the Patreon. The more people that sign up and follow that and do that, the more time we're gonna have to be able to do more.
Yeah.
So it's what will get us to a point that this is what we do full time. And Nick and I both want that to be the reality. I mean, it's Nick's reality right now, but I'm working on that. And the Patreon is definitely going to be more of my wheelhouse of getting stuff up into there. And I would love to be able to put a lot of cool stuff in there for people. So, make sure you guys are subscribed.
All right, this definitely helps with the hosting of both shows, because we're basically running 2 podcasts along with some watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, not only the hosting, but it does help keep the lights on, folks. So you guys all listen to other podcasts. You know how this works. We're not, begging and pleading that you should jump over to that. It's appreciated and it's genuine, because it is allowing us to continue to drop content in your ears or on your video, depending on how you, retain this. But again, you can always find a lot of tips and tricks from us through our TikToks. And our social media pieces. And of course, we're going to be talking a lot about the Patreon through social media. So just be prepared for that. And again, that's pretty much all I have. Any final thought, Josh, before we say happy Thanksgiving for these folks?
No, I think that's about it. Everybody out there, stay paranormally special and get yourself a Scooby snack.
We need to make that a T-shirt now.
You're gonna have to. I'm gonna end up keep saying it so that you have to.
Yep. Damn it!
It'll be like a ghost with
it.
It'll be like a ghost with a tinfoil hat on or something,
Oh, there you go. I was trying to think of how to keep it PC. Good job, man. I like it. All right, folks, that's it. You got us on a good laugh. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, bearded ghost hunters! Are you taking care of your beard with all natural products? The Magnanimous Beard Superstore has everything you need from beard oils, shampoos, beard butter, beard balm, and so much more. You can have any of their products scented with one of their amazing 45 scents. Head over to www.yourbeardsuperstore.com and use code GHOST at checkout to receive $5 off your order. Both Nick and Josh use these products daily, and our beards look and feel great and smell great too. Head over to yourbeardsuperstore.com and use code GHOST for your discount on these magnanimous products. You won't be disappointed. If you have a white or silver beard, they even have specialized products that will help keep the coloring of your beard. Use code GHOST at yourbeardsuperstore.com. This ad is Zeus approved.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Stories in the Cemetery podcast. You can follow your host, Nicholas McGirr, on most social media platforms under the name Stories in the Cemetery. If you'd like to follow co-host Joshua Amen, you'll find him under the name Amen Paranormal Research. Be sure to check out the show notes for any links to specific articles written by your hosts and all the references used to create this episode. Happy hunting. We'll see you on the next episode of the Stories in the Cemetery podcast.